Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my live Let's Play of Man Royale, this time on version 1.5.x. In this episode, I'll be playing with strangers online along with you viewers. And I'm playing just 1 hour after the recent 1.5.1 patch hit the servers. I didn't play it when 1.4.x hit the servers, so let me explain what happened since then. Hardman was added in 1.4.x, and during 1.5.x, Crashman, Time Slow, Rolling Cutter, and the Rush Jet were added. Also, I want to showcase something. We now have a quick slide option. Thank you, devs. I've asked for that a lot. So let's ready up. So welcome to the stream, YouTube Social HD2, Megaman2407, CMB Fox, Jedok, Mr. Lee, Vincent, and anyone else who I missed on the list. And all the lurkers as well. For this first game, we don't have that many players because most of them are in another game. I'll have plenty of competitors this time though, thanks to the recent update. Oh goody, he got the metal blade. Rats, I slipped off the platform. He may win this. Wait. Oh, he accidentally died over there. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess I'll take the win then. I surely thought he was gonna win. Yep, I recognize your name. And I'm the victor. If YouTube didn't fall into the spikes there, he would have won. Gotcha, Vincent. Also, just for safety. This time we're gonna have a lot more players, and someone spamming the time slow. And we can toggle between using the Rush Coil and Rush Jet. Now if I can actually use it. Rush, hello? Ah yes, a dab option was added as well. Rush Jet will be kind of useful for Top Man stage now that I think about it. That was 3. Oh no. I think you can only use it once per weapon bar, so at least it makes a balance in that sense. Otherwise, you could easily troll other players with it. I got the Windstorm, that's gonna be... I got the Air Shooter, that's gonna be useful. Probably several of them have it at a time. Wow, I got the time slow as well. Now magic could freeze enemies in place, or better yet other players. Of course, Dio got into first place. He mastered the art of using that stand. At least I got into third place. Oh, even the main dev of this game is playing at the same time. That's interesting. Also in the lobby, it actually shows what stage is coming up next. That's a good addition. As for certain stages, the rush hit is better. For other stages, the rush coil is better. Please stop using the world. I want to try using it myself. By default, press the F key on your keyboard. That's how you can dab. Hardman and Crashman were added, Vincent. I mean Jedok. But it'll take a while before I get to them. Now let's see how this goes. I'm gonna try using the shortcut as always. Make sure to always pick up the E-tank. It's too useful otherwise. It allows you to damage tank more often than not. Oh, you can also use a rush hit like that. Whoops. I think I should have picked up the rush hit instead. I can't exactly see who am I and who are the other players. The opacity of the other players needs to be decreased more, to be quite honest. Where am I? Oh, I see. See, for example, I can't easily see where I am. I know I'm darker, but still. Wow, Buster made the victory this time. Congrats! Yeah, another player time slowed me. I'm starting to think that time slow may need to be balanced a bit more, but that's based on my initial impressions. Next up is Crashman. That's gonna be fun. Also, the rush hit may need to be balanced a bit more as well. I didn't realize it can allow you to accelerate like that fast. As you saw with what JannyWare did. Sadly, there's no sound effect that plays when he uses it. Silent Hexorist is here too. That's neat. Oh, you can get knocked out of it with bombs. That's actually an interesting strategy. Did it affect him? I didn't notice. There's too much chaos going on. Time for my first playthrough to Crashman's level in this game. Oh no, it's one continuous level. I thought it'd be segmented more, but nope. Well, I already lost. It was nice to be playing through this. Hi, Diamond Wolf. Oh, I want that. These platforms are really fast now. I get everyone else took the faster path. Congrats, Silent Haxorus. I'm gonna come in probably 10th place or something. Can't see what's going on. I wish the opacity of other players was decreased by a factor of 50%. It gets really hard to see what's going on in these boss arenas. And yet still I end up in 4th place. How does that keep happening? At least I have a second chance on this stage. And that stage was laggier than I expected. Probably due to a combination of me streaming, recording, and a lot of players. This game isn't the best optimized just yet. Then again, it's still in beta, so it's forgivable. And it already has quite a few stages in rapid development. I didn't expect them to add 2 more stages in just 2 weeks. And they're not just carbon copies of the original levels. How are the volume levels doing, by the way? You mean faster list, Janok? I was thrown off by the fast crash list appearing. I thought it would work at the normal speed, but nope. I also didn't expect the stage to directly have weapon pickups and E-tanks in the middle. E-tanks I understand from Metal Man stage, but weapon pickups? Nope. Can you use multiple weapons at the same time, like combo usage of the time slow and the air shooter? Hi, Vincent. Crashman, take 2. Most players are going to be new to him, so I have a better shot at winning. I know this is a slower way up, but it's safer. The shotmen are faster as well. That's kind of annoying. Buster wins. He took the fast route. Also the world. Oh, I'm out. Okay. The game didn't make it clear enough that I was out. Perhaps I wasn't paying enough attention too. 5th place, it got a bit worse. Another Crashman stage. They really want us to play Crashman, it seems. Where do you even get the time slow here? I know, right, CMB? There's so much happening. I wish you could adjust the opacity of other players. Because it gets too chaotic during boss battles and figuring out where you are. The bosses themselves aren't too difficult, it's just keeping track of where you are. That's the hard part. And your own name tag doesn't stand out enough from the other players. Because of how vertical Crashman stage is, it's best to use the rush coil. Horizontal movement increases aren't really useful outside of perhaps the ending. Well, that's different. There used to be something up over here. Perhaps the location of the Easter egg was moved. Crashman take tree. I want to try at least getting into the top 3 places. That'll make me happy. I'm gonna take a risk over here and just go directly. If I fail this one, it's a slowdown. I didn't fail it, but I didn't do it fast enough, to be quite honest. Thank you, random flyboys. You're not helping either. Third place. I'm happy. Buster still wins consistently. Probably had more practice with this game. I mean, before the session I only played this game for about an hour, so... Next up is Woodman. I think the rush ship would be better here. Indeed, Diamond Wolf, it's more vertical. And same, Mega Man, I wish we had a vote option. And in case players don't pick a vote, it goes with the random option. For instance, have the server pick a random option as one of the choices, and players can vote for another one. And the top one wins. Perhaps bias it so certain options don't get repeatedly chosen. And thank you, Gokulus. Now I'm just waiting for Hardman stage. I also noticed that all these stages have been shortened a bit. At least they feel shorter than usual. Hi, Game Master Man, glad you can make it. Sadly, this version of Rush Shed you can't aim up and down, so it works more like item 2, all things considered. I want to see what's across the edge of the world. Bye, all. Which stage here is the hardest? Not sure. I haven't gone through Hardman stage just yet. Turning up the volume a bit. Let me know if the volume's too high now. Of course they're using the rush jet strat. They don't gain too much time from it, thankfully. Okay, I thought I destroyed it there, but guess not. Oh no. Not the Monk Kings. Thank you, Pippi. If I was better at quick weapon swapping, I could just jump over the roll bits. Or rabots. Or whatever you want to call them. Let's go, let's go! Buster's winner. Again. One more. How did I do that? I must have shot right through his shield. True that, Mega Man, but I feel they removed one or two sections, like in Crashman stage, with the crash lifts. Hardman, it's coming up. I'm gonna wait over here until more players spawn in because I want to have a more chaotic experience. True, at least slow down other players, that'd be nice too. Right now it acts more like the Bright Stopper. Or Time Stopper, I mean. Where is the Time Stopper located in the lobby anyways? I can't seem to locate it. Buster consistently gets it, but I don't see it in the weapon spawner room. Perhaps it's in the credits. Perhaps it's up there somehow. First run through of Hardman. Let's see how badly it goes. Maybe not buff the radius, because the radius is also seems fairly high already. No, Hansubies, please go away. Thanks for the boost there. Oh no. I should have picked the rush coil here. If I didn't have the assistance of rush coil player, I think I would have gotten stuck. Gokule seems to be leading the pack again. Sir Snake. There's Hyper Bomb there too, but I took the other option. Proto Man? Didn't expect you here. Of course, Proto Man is immune against the time slow. Well, there goes my E-Tank. Wish I could have had that earlier. I probably don't have his weakness, but better than nothing. Okay, he takes some damage from it. I'm in 5th place, I guess? Yep. Good work, YouTube. You actually beat Buster. That's very impressive. Buster is one of the best players here, it seems. That stage was easier than I expected it to be, but I totally didn't expect the encounter against Breakman, aka Proto Man. You're currently your best ranking, YouTube. I wish this game had a meta account system, so track the number of times you placed in each of the locations, like 1st place, 2nd place, 3rd place. Perhaps add cosmetics in that form. Welcome to the stream, Diamond Wolf. Of course you're already on stream, but I mean in chat. It is great for a horizontal boost now that I think about it. I tried going up there, but I didn't see anything. I think they will add some stages for Mega Man 4 next Mega Man 2407. I mean Mr. Lily. They just want to round out the stuff from 1, 2, and 3 before moving on to 4, 5, and 6. I'm pretty sure in about 2 months we'll have 8 more stages. Or 4 more stages. I just wish we had more players. Unfortunately, using the rush shit here is a bit hazardous because other players can knock you right off of it. What happened? Oh, I confused myself with another player. Classic. Well, I know I'm not winning this one. Again, I wish I stood up more from other players. It gets confusing fast. Now I'm just getting carefully to the end. I know I'm not going to win and get into top 3 places, so... Especially as Gogolus actually has his weakness. Maybe not his weakness, but... something that deals extra damage to him. And it's over. Great job, everyone else. If only I didn't fumble that. I should have taken the rush coil. I think rush coil is better for cut man. Maybe not make... See, if the name tag is a rainbow color, that still is not exactly as helpful, because when you get into boss arenas, or when you're in clusters or groups of players, things get hectic and crowded really fast and hard to distinguish. That's why I want the other players to be more transparent. Well, it was a combination of two things, Diamond Wolf. It was me trying to make a word salad title, quote-unquote from TV tropes, as well as me being interesting in Eaters, but I wanted to change up the name a bit. Oh sure, for the first section, Rush Shit is better, but for the rest of them, not so much. Air shooter. Thank you, game. The weapon pickups are randomized, and they can mean the difference between winning and losing. Especially with some of these levels. The ones from Mega Man 1 to 2. For some of the later stages though, they are less randomized. Which I do find to be a bit fairer. Here we go, Gokulus. Let's see who wins this. First place? Seriously? What happened? I thought Buster would defeat me here. He was clearly in the lead. And I ran out of both of them weapon energy for the air shooters. There should be a better indicator when you're out. Especially in these hectic scenarios. I might disagree with that suggestion, Mega Man. It'd be quite abrupt seeing... I want to see where the other players are relative to the map, even in non-PvP arenas, or areas. Nevertheless, first time I got into first place, even beating Buster. I think it's because I got lucky with the air shooter drops. Oh rats, that's actually a significant penalty. You're right, it should be nerfed in the lobby. You shouldn't prevent players from swapping their weapons like that. It's crucial for getting through certain stages faster after all. Can Can you skip the bosses like this? Some players have been able to do so, but in reality I think they're just button mashing them fast enough. Oh, thank you for the hyper bomb. Now watch as I die to the next screen. Well, at least I got to the end, but... See? I don't like fighting Woodman in these sorts of arenas with too much happening. I thought the Hyper Bomb would be better against them. Guess Metal Blade time. The end. I guess the Hyper Bomb was nerfed against him because I thought it worked better against him in the past. Be right back in a moment. Back. Let's do this. Here we go. Just be careful not to fall off in the middle. I can't see what's going on. The other player's rush hits can actually mess you up pretty bad if you're not careful. Thanks, Buster. Oof. I don't like when the... Never mind, that's my bad. The hardest part of this is always the fan fiends. Also, the collision detection for them is a lot more precise than what you expect. Hello? Oh, I'm out. Again, please put a better indicator for that. Let's see if it works against bosses. Well, no point in doing it now. Welcome to the stream, official meme guy. So he takes extra damage from his own weapon. Triple. Didn't mean much because there was only one other player. That's why fan fiends are so risky. Stuff like that can happen where you slip off. That's why Buster died there. We have a nice influx of players thanks to the new update being introduced 2 hours ago now. With the inclusion of rush jet, the introductory section this is much more dangerous because you can accidentally land on other players' rush jets and then end up falling into pits. And that can happen where I mistime my jump completely and take up another player. Again, opacity. Please. Knockback, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm too far back, so I got game overed. Wonderful. I didn't realize that could happen. That's currently my biggest gripe of the game, getting confused with other players because too much overlap. And I slip off, wonderful. I need to get used to the rush jet's hitbox here. Feels stricter than in the classic series where it was a lot more generous. That's my experience from the other classic games talking, to be honest. Let's see if Cutman is... well, I'll just use Metal Blade, it's a lot more consistent here. GG. So much easier to go through these stages when the number of players is fewer than 7. I don't know, Mega Man, that would really unbalance the game depending on players who decide to interact with other objects versus those who don't. Sometimes it's very advantageous with the Rush Coil and Rush Jet, other times, not so much. Even the blockies don't deal that much damage compared to their original series counterparts. I'm not gonna win this. JannyMan's gonna win this, probably. See what I mean? And also because I missed my shot. Again, clarity needs to be better. But enough of that, I'm sounding like a broken record. Everything else I love about this game is just trying to distinguish everything from each other. Oh, there's an Easter egg, Diamond Wolf? How do I trigger it? Second time, true hard, man. Sometimes I wish there was a practice mode for this game. To get used to the stage layouts, especially for the more complicated ones. For example, Airman, or this stage, where there's a lot of tech and areas you can speed up the game, if you're fast enough. Thank you, Googleus. So many other people got Hyper Bomb except me. Well, I know I'm not gonna win this. Again. Fourth place is nice. Again, I got unlucky with my drops. I wanted Hyper Bomb or something else. Such is the life of these Battle Royale games. You win some, you lose some. Does anyone know where the time slow is located in this hub world? I'd love to use it here, but it's probably an Easter egg location. Of course, two players have that. Whoa, that was a boost there. No weapon this time. It's those falling leaves that no matter what game I play, I always have problems dodging them. At least here it's a bit better because no dropped button inputs. Sometimes I wish there was an option to fix the weapon drops a bit. I got into ninth place there because I was unlucky, probably. Clashman. Wait, it used to be called Crashman there, didn't it? Seems like it. Perhaps Mega Man, but we probably need a meta account system first, then we can have outfits like that. See, I would like to track how many times I came into 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place, and perhaps have unlockable outfits. I mean, even Mega Man Maker has an account system. After all, being able to track statistics like this does add retention to the game. Because I noticed in off hours of this game, there aren't that many players. Crash Clash. Tonight, Kingwood. Tonight, official meme guy. About 8:15 p.m. PDT. Well, that was different. We had an Easter egg. Here we go, Crashman time. I mean Clash. I mean, well, you know. The biggest challenge getting up here. First one. And you can actually make the jump there. Good, I already lost. GG. Of all the enemies I wish they could be faster would be those mats. They spend too much time in their shields, to be quite honest. Especially relative to all the other enemies, which are so much faster. Feels a bit inconsistent. Well, to me, maybe just me being salty. Sure, let's try this. Wait, you can't even get that. That's not fair. I thought you could fit in there, but no, it's just there teasing you. Maybe top 4, depending on how many players it is and difficulty. It can be adjusted based off of other things. Here we go, Breakman again. No weapons. What happened? Tried getting off the ladder, didn't work. Hard man, no weapons. Perhaps when we get the charge shot added to the game, I'll complain less, because having a special weapon really speeds up the boss battles. Having basically any special weapon. Now in the classic games, many special weapons deal the same amount of damage as the Mega Busters, so no difference. But here, it seems like every special weapon increases damage against bosses, and the bosses are essentially the great equalizer, or great unequalizer. Because even if you play pretty close to the first place, if you don't have a special weapon, well, you're not getting first place. I know Battle Royale games have randomization, but I prefer if there was a way you could are rewarded for getting always in the pack. And if you have a charge shot, that could equalize in that sense. Yep, I said that several times, official meme guy. Well, before you were here, to be fair. Give an opacity slider option for other players, otherwise it gets confusing in crowds, especially boss arenas. Just imagine Crashman or any boss with a lot of projectiles. But if the dev is listening, they did add a quick slide option and a dab option, and new stages rather quickly. Perhaps that'll be added in 1.6 or 1.7.x. They certainly have a faster dev cycle than Mega Man Maker, so I have much more faith in them. Well, what do you mean, Diamond Wolf? There are many different stages I want per game, so I'll pick one per game, but I'll say it after I complete Cutman's level. That one enemy is kind of annoying. Also, the fact you can get shunted around. Yep, I lost already. Thank you, Beaks. Well, I got a Hyper Bomb, but this is one of the only locations in the game where the Mega Buster is actually better. Alright, let me think. Mega Man 4, probably Bright Man. Mega Man 4 would probably be Bright Man, Drill Man, or Dust Man. Mega Man 5, Napalm Man, Wave Man, Star Man. Mega Man 6, Centaur Man, Blizzard Man, Yamato Man. Mega Man 7, Slash Man, Burst Man. Mega Man 8 would be Clown Man, the intro stage. Mega Man 9, Plug Man, Splash Woman. Are we counting Fortress stages as well? Because I would like several of the classic Fortress levels. Yep. I thought it was somewhere else. Enough of my saltiness. I like this game, this is just the biggest major complaint I've seen. I understand why they're lower opacity, but the lower opacity is not enough. And the name tag, even though the name tag is blue, well, still confusing. Mega Man 10, I think, would be Pump Man. I started out being better, now getting worse. As more players... In some ways, I feel the ability to get pushed on to other rush jets from other players is actually more of a hindrance in some fashions, especially in Airman and areas with a lot of pits. Alright, I'll play 2 more rounds, then I'll end off the stream. It was fun. I just wish I could play more with Clashman and Hardman stages. The problem with being outlined is that if there's still a lot of players, it won't stand out enough unless your outline is very thick. But even if it's very thick, it can also make it a bit confusing seeing where the enemies are in hitboxes. But that would be a nice stopgap measure. I know, this was a bonus quick stream anyways. Tonight's stream is also going to be a bit shorter as well. I was only planning to play for this for about an hour or so. Okay, 2 more games after this. In this game, extra lives aren't really that useful, to be quite honest. What's more useful are E-tanks and pickups. If only my button mashing finger was faster. Here comes the hard section. Okay. Seriously, slipped right off. Again, I need to get used to the hitbox here. It's different from the base game. So weird stuff can happen like that. It's a case of muscle memory screwing me over. Welcome to the stream, Jaden. I'm only going to be playing 2 more games after this. It's fun. Oh no, Airman. Airman stage is already one of the more difficult ones due to the abundance of bottomless pits and being able to be shot off, but with the introduction of Rush Jet, it's even more hazardous, especially to start. Or at the very least give it a charged version, like the charge shot from Mega Man 4, Mega Man, then make it more equalized with other special weapons. As otherwise, right now, having other special weapons is usually a huge upgrade. Particularly in boss battles. The most serious part of Airman's stage is not Airman himself, official meme guy, it's the other players. And the fan fiends, to be fair. Nope, that's time slow. Recently added just 2 hours ago. Or in this case, Zawardo. He'll probably be added in the future, YouTube. There's only one Mega Man 1 stage in the game so far, that being Cutman. You should have heard the Easter egg with that. There's a random chance that instead of the normal sound effect, you'll hear Zawardo. For this introductory section, it's not the best idea to use the Rush Jet. And of course, I can't see where the platforms are because random stuff like that can happen. And hitboxes, wow. Not hitboxes, knockback. Well, I'm not gonna win this, I know. Seriously, I wish that was tweaked up a bit, the rush jet hitbox. That's my second biggest complaint here. Or if there was more places to practice it. It feels a bit too strict around the sides. The center is fine, but especially when it's moving at high speeds, it just like it feels like the hitbox is smaller than the actual visual. And it's over. 4th place. It also feels like the air shooter fires too offset from the buster. Let me see. Yeah, it fires a little bit off from the buster. It should be a bit closer. Because as you saw, I was able to fire straight through Hardman himself. Yeah, congrats, Diamond Wolf. Three players only. I'll play one more game after this. So YouTube and Diamond Wolf. Diamond Wolf is probably going to be the victor here. Knowing my luck. This one screen alone is really hard to do with Rush Jet, unless you have several of them at once. That's why I picked Rush Coil for the stage, otherwise I would have just gone with the Rush Jet as well. Returning Monk Kings. Still not as dangerous as the original Monk Kings in Woodman. Now if someone gets a weapon though, I won't be able to win the stage. Like the Hyper Bomb, for example. At least I can fight Breakman on his lonesome. Dodging it. Here we go. I don't actually have any life pickups. I'm gonna die again. It's those arms. Even in Mega Man Maker, I have a lot of trouble trying to dodge it. That's why I always like to find him with his weakness. Easily the hardest boss in Mega Man 3 by default. Okay, I have a chance now. Nope. YouTube had his weakness, of course. That's what I was talking about. You can be really far ahead, but if someone has the weakness, they speed it up. At least in this one, you have a guaranteed chance of getting his weakness. Shadow feels a lot more fair to do because you have more time to react and you have to direct the arms less. I have so much trouble trying to direct the arms that I just don't find it as fun. I didn't have a tank, so that wasn't an option, Diamond Wolf. At least with Shadow, you can stay far enough away and then react to his jumping. And also the fact he can stun you in midair. This will be the final game I'll play on the stream, then I'll close it off, and then give my final thoughts on version 1.5.x. Which I am enjoying for the most part, despite my two major complaints. Perhaps that's the reason. I find hard to be more annoying than fun, but Shadow to be harder but more fun. Hello? Seriously, you can actually latch back onto it. Oh, it's because someone put a rush coil there. They trolled us. That was actually a smart move. What they did was they spawned a rush coil right in the middle of the ladder, so many players couldn't just go through it. It would slow them down. That's a clever move. Whoever did that. This second encounter against Atama is a lot less dangerous than the first one, to be quite honest. This is where that gets a bit annoying. Thank you, whoever put that there. Let's see if we can go for turd. Well, fort it is. No, turd. I'll take that as a victory. I thought someone else got turd, but guess not. Remember, someone did a smart move of placing rush coil right in the middle of the ladder, so it would delay them, delay the rest of the players before. Anyways, this marks the end of this stream. My overall thoughts on this update are that it's great. I love the addition of Hardman and Crashman stage, especially Crashman due to how modified it is, because now it's a lot more vertical, and there are a lot of other spots where you can use careful usage of the rush coil and rush jet to speed up. Plus there's risk versus reward, perhaps. For example, you can neglect getting the air shooter, but then you risk having a longer boss battle against Airman unless you get lucky with drops. Plus you can also aim to get the E-tank if you so desire, but you also slow yourself down. My two biggest problems here are the rush jet's hitbox is a bit too precise. Well, it feels like it's smaller than the actual visuals on the left and right sides. It should be increased a bit, although that may be just a glitch. Also, the same issue from my last stream of this, the opacity of the other players must be decreased, or give a slider option, because otherwise you can easily get confused where you are when there's a group of other players next to you, which becomes very problematic during boss arenas, or for example the first part of Airman stage. Nonetheless, I'm quite enjoying this, and I'm really hoping to see what they add in the next 2 weeks. They already added 2 new stages, perhaps they'll add 2 new more in the future, perhaps they'll start adding stuff for Mega Man 4, and perhaps 1 more stage for Mega Man 1. Well then, thank you all for watching, viewers, and thank you everyone who joined me during the game. YouTube, Game Idea Guy, Vincent, Buster, Diamond Wolf, Official Meme Guy, all the lurkers, and anyone else I missed. I'll see you around 8:15 PM PDT tonight for my playthrough of Mega Man Android Attack by Official Meme Guy, viewers. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!